The main reason most of the people are unable to create a perfect and consistent latte art on their cup of coffee is because of milk steaming. Let me explain. Every person making coffee, whether at home or in a coffee shop, wants to be able to create a good latte art on their cup of coffee. If you don't steam well your milk, you're going to end up with no foam on your milk, which is going to be very hard for you to create an amazing latte art on your cup of coffee. Milk steaming is an important barista skill that you need to learn and master as a barista to help you transform your normal milk into a perfect silky milk texture, which is going to result into a perfect latte art. Hi, I'm the Barista. I'm a professional barista who likes sharing my coffee knowledge and experiences with you to help you make a good cup of coffee or even become a better barista. Today we're talking about milk steaming. When we are steaming our milk, we inject in air into our milk, which creates big bubbles. Then these big bubbles are mixed together with the proteins in the milk, creating that silky texture, which is going to help you create an amazing latte art on your cup of coffee. So you're going to need to know the amount of air that you need to inject into your milk so that you can be able to create that perfect silky texture for a better latte art. If you inject in too much air into your milk, it's going to result into a heavy foam, which is going to be very hard for you to create an amazing latte art on your cup of coffee. And if you don't inject in air into your milk while steaming, you're going to end up with no foam on your milk, which will be impossible for you to create a good latte art. With these two mistakes that you do in milk steaming, it's going to be very hard for you to create an amazing latte art. So to fix these two mistakes and many more others while steaming your milk, I'm going to be taking you through a full process on how I steam my milk to create that perfect silky texture every time that I steam my milk and create a perfect latte art. This is going to be very useful to you as a home barista to be able to steam your milk using your home espresso machine every time and create a perfect latte art. Or as a beginner barista struggling with your latte art. Working as a barista, I've seen many beginner baristas struggle with creating a good latte art, and the main reason is because of milk steaming. So by learning how you can steam your milk perfectly, you can easily create a good latte art on your cup of coffee. So let's start with the key items that we're going to need in the process of steaming our milk. The first one is a pitcher. This is where we're going to pour our milk so that we can be able to steam it. The next one is the milk type. Milk type is very important. You're going to need to find the right milk with the right amount of fats in it. I would recommend, if you're a beginner barista, you start with a full fat milk, the one that I'm using in this video. From there you can advance to other milk alternatives, but keep in mind some milks are not made for latte art and steaming, like the skim milk and the Nandere milk alternatives. So you're going to need to find the right milk which has the right fats in it. The next one, we're going to be steaming our milk using an espresso machine. We're going to be using the Lamazoko Linear Classic. It's the espresso machine that we use in our coffee shop, but the tips I'm giving in this video on how to steam milk, you can use it on any other espresso machine, even home espresso machine, because I'm going to be sharing with you some additional tips for you as a home barista on how you can stretch your milk using your home espresso machine to create that perfect milk texture. Let me take you through the full process on how we're going to steam our milk. But first, we're going to practice using water. I like using water because it minimizes the wastage of the milk. So we're going to start by adding water into our milk jug just below the spalp. Purge our steaming one so that we can remove the remaining air in the steaming one, which has resulted into water. Then bring our steaming one at a 90-degree angle. Insert in our milk jug on the steaming one. Attach the pulp of the milk jug together with the steaming one so that you can have a firm hold when you're steaming. So this is why it's very important for you to attach the pulp of your milk jug together with the steaming. Position the steaming one at the center of your milk jug. Twist your milk jug slightly so that the steaming one can come a bit on the side, so that you can be able to create a spinning motion or a vortex. This is going to help in the process of texturing your milk. So after achieving the perfect position of your steaming one, let's start our steam. We're going to start by injecting in air into our milk. Then after injecting in air into our milk, we're going to start the spinning or the vortex motion when we are texturing our milk so that we can result into a silky texture. At a 65-degree temperature, this is the perfect one when we are steaming our milk. as baristas, we like holding the base of our milk jug. The moment it becomes too hot, this means our milk has reached 60 to 65 degree temperature. We stop the steaming process, clean our steaming one, then make a good latte art. So this is how we can practice using water, but you can try again and again so that you can be able to master the key steps. Then after, we're going to be using milk, then steam our milk, create an amazing latte art on our cup of coffee. The same steps that we used while we are practicing using water is the same process that we're going to use while we are using milk. We're going to start by pouring our milk into our milk jug just below the pulp. As a tip for you as baristas, if you want to minimize the wastage of your milk and you've mastered the art of steaming your milk, you can measure your milk using the cup that you're going to make latte art on. You don't need to pour every time your milk into your milk jug just below the pulp. Then spudge our steaming one so that we can remove the remaining air in the steaming one which has resulted into water. Position our steaming one at a 90-degree angle. Attach the pulp of the milk jug together with the steaming one so that you have a firm hold of your milk jug. Then position the steaming one in the center of your milk. Slightly twist your milk jug so that you can move the steaming one slightly on the side to create a vortex movement when you're texturing your milk. After having the perfect position of your steaming one, then let's start the steam. We're going to start by injecting in air into our milk. Since we are making a latte in this video, we're going to just inject in little amount of air into our milk, then create a vortex or a spinning motion and texture our milk to reach until it reaches the desirable temperature. You can hold the base of the milk jug. The moment it becomes too hot for you to handle, this means that it's reached a 60 to 65 degree temperature. You can stop your steaming process. Clean your steaming one. After cleaning your steaming one, you need to purge it again so that you can remove the remaining milk in the steaming one. Tap down your milk jug so that you can break the bubbles. Then swirl your milk so that it can be evenly mixed. With this, you can create an amazing latte art on your cup of coffee. So by learning how to steam your milk perfectly, this takes time and consistency. You're going to need to rewatch this video again so that you can be able to master the key steps that I've explained in this video and the key mistakes that needs to be fixed in this video so that you can be able to create that perfect silky texture, which is going to help you create a good latte art on your cup of coffee. But creating your good latte art takes time and consistency. So after learning how to steam milk perfectly and creating that perfect milk texture, the next challenge most of the people face whenever they are creating their latte art is on the way they hold your milk jug. This is why this video will be perfect for you. It's a full guide on how you can hold your milk jug so that you can be able to create a good latte art on your cup of coffee.